Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Long time no see face. I'm well aware. I've got a good reason and I'm gonna upload a little vloggy vlog in like the next couple days or something, explaining just all the stuff that's been going on. Anyway, this is not about me today. So I was told by numerous people, hey, go check out what Tiffany from Not Enough Nelsons is getting up to. I have covered them twice. Wow, that is really blinding light. So I've actually covered these guys twice before. The very first time I ever covered them was over a month ago, and their 8-year-old Ammy went after me hard. If you ever want a laugh, go look at the original video I ever did, where basically I was breaking down their content, I was reviewing it, and I came to a realization that in ways they're sort of worse than the Doherty Dozen, but they put on this very like vanilla sunshine and rainbow sparkles element to their content, and I will always stand by that. Every single time I watch one of their videos, I get extremely confused. They're trying to come across as really like, they're trying to come across as like the picture perfect parents, but the problem is that it's just so like toxic positiviness, and that's sort of the way that I've always viewed their channel. It's very like forced positivity. I'm not quite sure what's the word for that, you know, when someone's like trying to be so positive all the time that it sort of comes across a bit as fake. And their 8-year-old Ammy do not like it. Their 8-year-old Ammy do not like it when I turn around and I say, yeah, I'm not really all that, I'm just not really buying what you're selling. Very large mix. Some are adopted, some are not. They all, and people hate me when I say this, they all have names which are extremely similar to each other. Watch my very first video and I literally go through it, but it's a bit of a one. Their eldest daughter Cass, or is it the second eldest, one of the eldest, has her own channel which primarily only features their kids, only features their siblings. It's like she doesn't have any other content other than like her kids and that, and she's also trying for a baby and things, which I suppose is different, but you see what I mean. Prank challenge, like doing different things with their siblings. Anyway, so I feel a little bit like when I watch them, it's like too much like forced positivityness, which probably says quite a lot about my personality, but I sort of find it a bit too icky, like it's forced. It's being forced upon me and I don't really like it that much. So I covered them then, and this is a little while ago, so please go check that out and read those comments. Just read the comments. It's just funny. I saw a video which was recommended to me, and I believe the DCP covered it as well. I haven't actually seen his video, his take on it. I've been really busy, and people were like, oh, you should go watch this. I just went and watched the original video, so it's coming to you in a very like fresh-faced perspective. There's a lot of different things I could say about this video. Number one, as you can probably imagine, I'm not sure why or what its business is being on YouTube.
I've done this for all of my kids, is I like to have a talk with them with Benji, and we make it like an event. So I make an invitation. Oh, one of the kids came home from school. I've already done this with 13 kids, and this is how it works.
Why are you recording this? And even though they don't record the actual topic of conversation, you know, like where a baby's made and all of that, they're still filming the kids' reaction and things, and I think it's a bit too much. She even said in a portion of this video that she finds it uncomfortable, and that before she went away, because they have these little dinner dates that they take their kids on, I'll explain more in a minute, all of the kids were saying, oh, it's really awkward. And it's like, I can imagine that topic of conversation is quite awkward to have with your family, but once again, you're also recording it and like recording their reactions, and I think it's one step too far.
You guys remember your talk? Was it good memories?
Yeah.
Just to say.
And you're really good memories.
It's awkward.
Awkward?
It's
fun.
A little bit.
All right.
A little embarrassing, maybe. Just a little bit. Huh?
And a lot of their comments are saying, wow, you guys are such good parents because you're telling your kids all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, but you guys are watching them tell their kids all this stuff. That's an invasion of privacy, a massive invasion of privacy. It's like you're trying to do a really good thing and a lot of the stuff in the video, like the way they sort of take their kids one by one and they organize like a special mummy-daughter date and all of this, and they get dressed up and they go and have dinner and they talk about stuff. I'm on board with it. I mean, I think it's quite formal. It's quite a formal way to do things. Maybe not the way I would do it, but sure, sweet, nice, that's fine. But why is it online? All those things would be a good thing if it just wasn't put online. afterwards and then filming the kid's reaction. It's just taking everything that you're trying to do by being this like kind, understanding, nurturing parent, and then just spinning it on its head by going, oh, actually, I'm going to record all of this. It just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And the mum, Tiffany, recorded the whole entire process of like writing the letter, and then the kid finds it, and then the kid then gets dressed up, and then they then go, and they're making it into this great big thing. How do we know that the kid is going to want that being shown? Like, that is the kind of thing that you just get teased at school. Do you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine? I don't know if these kids are homeschooled, state schooled, private schooled. I don't know. But all I'm going to say is that I've been to state schools before, which are just like public schools that you don't pay for. I've been to schools in the UK anyway. Let me just tell you, if that was put online for the world to see, you would get bullied for that, because kids do that kind of thing. Grown-ups do that kind of thing sometimes, which is ridiculous, but you know what I mean? It's just really odd. There are a couple things as well that bear this in mind, right? Bear this in mind. I am not religious in the sense that I'm not Christian, Catholic, Protestant. I'm nothing of those. Do I believe that there is something greater out there? Yeah. Do I know what that is? No. Would I put a label on it? No. Do I practice Christianity? No. Do I belittle other people's beliefs? No. Do I care if other people are religious? No. As long as it's not affecting me, I don't really believe what you want. It's just not, weirdly enough, pretty much my whole entire family are Christian, like goes to church and every Sunday, do the whole shabacle. It's weirdly, it kind of ends with me. I don't know, I just never, anyway, I don't mean any offense by it. And I'll always, you know, I'll always listen and be understanding, because of course my family are Christian. I just haven't felt that, like, that connection. But do I believe? I believe that there's something out there. I'd like to think we come back as something else, maybe another animal. Maybe that's like reincarnation though, so that's nothing to do with Christianity. It's like more Buddhism, isn't it? Anyway, my point is that I like to believe in like an array of different things, and you know, as long as it's not hurting anyone else, that's all fine. Approach they go down is very much like, you know, you've got trust between the mum and the dad, and then when you're older you'll then have the trust between you and your husband. And the problem is with this, and I'm sorry, I am going to say this right now, there was a lot of emphasis on husband. It was like, even at the end, the parents asked the kid, so what have you learned about this? And the kid was just like, that I trust you two, but then I'm going to find a husband one day.
Remember about this trust, okay? Look in here. Oh my goodness, look at this. What? This ring represents mom and dad, your parents, Heavenly Father, and you, the three of us. And we want you to wear this and keep this to remember that we always have that trust together. But eventually, this ring's going to be replaced by your husband. He's going to give you a new ring, and then that trust will be between you, him, and Heavenly Father, that you are going to try to do everything you can to live together forever. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. Guess what? Just like your husband one day, I'm going to kneel down.
Aww,
Put this on your finger. And I'm going to ask you, will you always trust me?
I feel like saying, and I'm not quite sure, obviously they are, I don't know how religious they are, I don't want to offend anyone, but what happens if she doesn't want a husband? What happens if she finds out that she discovers that she likes like same-sex marriage, same-sex, like was this ever explained to her? Bear this in mind, I don't know how religious they are, and I can't tell you how many times I have to say this, so please teach me in the comments. But there was just a lot of emphasis. It was, what, I don't know what they were talking about with the birds and the bees, but I feel like you need to be able to have a conversation that there are like, it's pretty normalized now to have like same-sex marriages and things. And I felt like at the end it was just like, yeah, but you didn't, did you tell her that there are other options? There are other avenues to explore, but once again, maybe that's just because they're very religious and they don't believe in that kind of thing, or they just dismiss it, because believe it or not, that does happen. But I can't help but feel like there'll be a large-ish chunk of their audience that will feel quite isolated by that, because obviously they didn't say you trust a person, they were like, you find a husband, and it's like, yes, however, I feel like you can definitely explore other avenues, if you know what I mean. You don't have to just go and find a husband. Also, there's a lot of emphasis on the husband. Like, why the hell do you even need a husband? Why do you need men? We don't need men. No, I'm joking. Well, I like men having men around, but if there's anything this year has taught me, it's like I'm fine on my own and I like to be on my own. I think there's more to life than just running out there and finding a husband and things, but maybe that's just me being bitter. So that's just what I wanted to say. Like, I just feel like it's just awkward, man. It was just awkward, and that kid does not need to have that just plastered on the internet. And I'll read you a couple of comments right now, but I have to voice over it because I've got no other way of reading it to you. My mum did this with my sister and I think it makes a huge impact when the parent sets aside a full date, because it shows the child really how important this discussion is and how serious it is to take it, no matter how awkward it may be. I'm like, yeah, you found it awkward, but it wasn't plastered online, was it? It wasn't viewed by millions, was it? Do you think this is an appropriate thing to put on the internet? And I agree, massively agree with you right there. I don't know why it is. I think it's great that you have these talks with your kids and make it special for each one. And no, you say you ask each child if they mind it being filmed. But kids, especially at that age, do not fully understand potential ramifications putting personal information on the internet can have. Their brains aren't fully developed until their 20s. Kids don't understand how many people can and or will see this, how it could affect them currently or in the future. I would advise, and yes, I'm aware you didn't ask my opinion, but I wouldn't put this stuff on the internet. Kids are being exploited too much for views and content. And what I will say is that these kids are like forever being exploited for views and content. Literally always, but this person did make a really valid point here. Basically, about 90% of the comments is just people saying how great of a video this is. And I'm like, yeah, the idea is fine. There's bits of it that obviously I question, like the dad giving the girl the ring was a bit weird, and then also like the fact there was no mention of like same-sex marriage. Just, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just making everyone feel welcome. Do you see what I mean? But yeah, the idea was nice in a way, I suppose, but just do not film it. Yeah, so take away from that, extremely uncomfortable. Why is it online? She does do these kind of things as well, like telling the kids adoption stories. The one thing that she will always say, which maybe I should have said this in the very beginning, was the fact that she asks her kids if they want to have this recorded, and it's like, your kids aren't, the kids that you're talking to are not at the age of consent, and also don't realise their whole entire life is documented and put online. By the time that they're old enough to go, oh, I don't really want this online anymore, millions and millions of people have already seen that content. And it's like, this is a really private moment, so keep it private. You don't need to video record you guys doing this like wonderful, great thing and have people kiss your ass. Oh my God, kiss your ass. Kiss your ass. Sometimes, because I absorb so much YouTube and a lot of people are American, sometimes I'll come out with like ass instead of arse, which is the way that we say it, arse. So sorry, it's probably butchering American accent. Also a video as well, which they love to document all of their kids' falls, like really badly, and I don't understand how they've gotten away with it for this long, but they have, which is the reason why I say in a way they're kind of worse than the Doherty dozen. Like, they were literally recording their kids using sleep apnea machines, which I also discussed in my last video on them. There was one recently where they went and there was this little, it was one of the little boys, and they'd like had an accident, and just the very beginning of it was like slow motion shots of the hospital and shit like that, and it's just like, what the hell? And the dad, the whole entire time the dad was talking to the boy on the camera, he wasn't really looking at the boy, he was looking at himself in the viewfinder. And I'm just like, this is weird. Like, sometimes when family vloggers are talking to their kids, like, first off, stop putting that online, like just recording their like feet and the just them in the hospital bed. Like, what is the matter with you?
I know. Where's the doctor gonna check it and make sure it's okay? Yeah, the doctor's so nice. Yeah. I
can't believe that this family have as many supporters as they do, and I've come to the realization that it's because they are 8-year-olds. They are 8-year-olds, and I'm blatantly going to get so much hate. I'm going to get so much hate on this video, but I don't even care, because I feel like some family channels are worse than others, and some disguise themselves as like this toxic positivitiness. I'm not a salty, horrible, bitter person. Like, I'm really not. I try and find the humor in most things. I don't know if that comes across or not. So I'm not out here like looking for something to pick apart. But these guys just, for some bizarre reason, they just really irk me. They really, really irk me. And I came across them like a couple months ago when people were like, oh, you should go talk about them. And I can't watch all their content because all of their content just drives me around the bend. The mum, to be fair to her, don't know the ins and outs of her. She does actually look like a really nice, caring mum. Like, just judging. And I know what you're going to say. How can you be nice and caring if you're putting your kids on the internet? And I agree with that. But her persona, like the way that she comes across, seems really sweet. But at the end of the day, they put this kind of content out online and it's just so fake. It's just so fake and strange. But she does seem nice, but she can't be nice if she's going to put this in my... Do you know what I mean? It's that like area of confliction wherever I go with talking about some of these families. But yeah, I don't rate. I don't rate. I would say they're pretty on par with the Doherty Dozen in terms of what they put out about their kids. It's just that they present it in a much different way. Doherty Dozen, but with makeup on. Do you know what I mean? So what is that quote? I really hope this video was like, I just wanted to get my points across, and I'm hoping that came across. Just trying to be as open as honest, especially about the whole like religious aspect of it, because I'm very open and honest about the fact that I'm not particularly very religious. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.